Optimism, written by Nicholas Lacroix, directed by Abbey Sigman, and filmed by Cameron James. In this production, the cast is as follows. Theodore, played by Michael Bravanti, Stanley, played by Derek Henry, Yvette, an older woman, played by Julie Marcoulier, Peter, played by Ty Pollock, Mr. Duffy and Danny, played by Matthew Lannon, Amber, played by Sarah Skugel, and stage directions read by Ava Starsenek. Scene 1, the introduction. Kansas, 1992. The show opens with a blank stage. No set pieces, no special music, not even an actor on stage. Suddenly, a figure dressed in all white, Theodore, enters. He walks around the stage, admiring the emptiness of it.
I've always admired an empty stage. Its barrenness, its quiet atmosphere, its room for endless possibilities. It sort of represents life in a way. We come into a world with no knowledge of how it looks, sounds, or even how it affects us on an emotional level. But as time passes, we develop a sense of how we fit into the puzzle that is society and what we can draw from everything we experience. The people we meet along the way, the milestones we accomplish, and even the hardships we go through help us to carve out a role for ourselves and this precious life that we are given. Jesus, I'm starting to sound like my thesis paper. Now, you're probably expecting me, given that I seem to be a narrator of sorts, to give a big long speech to explain what you're about to see for the next hour or so. Who the characters are, what led up to this point, you know, the important stuff. Well, you're right. That's exactly what I'm going to do. But you might want to brace yourself.
We transition to the Lawsons' home. On stage, we see Stanley, who is up in his room, and Yvette and Peter, who are both in the kitchen downstairs.
It is 1992 in the great American state of Kansas. We open on a family, like every one of these stories does. These are the Lawsons, made up of 3 members: Yvette, Peter, and our main protagonist, Stanley. You could say that they live a normal life. If your definition involves living in a rundown house, making $40,000 a year, and barely being able to afford food every month. But unfortunately, it doesn't end there. You see, about 20 years ago, Peter got some troubling news from his doctor. He was diagnosed with stage 4 leukemia and was given 3 months to live. Luckily, someone must have been looking down on him, because after a few brutal weeks of treatment, Peter beat the disease. For the first time. Over the next 20 years, the disease would reproduce twice, and Peter would go through even more long and grueling treatments, in which by some miracle, he survived both times. Now I know that sounds really depressing, but trust me, it'll all get better as we go along. And with that, the exposition is done. So enjoy the show. Oh shit, I almost forgot to introduce myself. Now, you may be wondering, who am I? Well, let's just say you'll want to remember my face. Ooh, a cliffhanger. I like it.
Scene 2, the first day. The Lawsons' home, Kansas, 1992. We transition into the Lawsons' home. On stage right, we see Stanley, a young boy just starting the 2nd grade, up in his bedroom listening to music on his tape player and humming along. We see posters of various music artists plastered on the walls. On stage left, we see his parents, Yvette and Peter, both in their mid to late 30s, in the kitchen, which is very run down and hasn't been cleaned in some time. The kitchen's table sits center left, with 2 chairs surrounding it. Yvette is preparing breakfast for Stanley. There's a strong aroma of freshly made pancakes, as that is what Yvette is making, while Peter sits at the table and reads the local newspaper.
Honey, would you calm down?
Hold on, let me finish this article.
Pete, we can't do this. He can't be late on the first day again.
All right, let's go. Stanley. Guess he's still sleeping.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Yvette puts down her cooking utensil and exits the kitchen.
Stanley! How loud is that music? We've been calling for you downstairs. You've got to get moving. You're going to be late for school. Now, want your bag packed, your music player put away, and for you to be downstairs in 5 minutes. Do you understand, mister? Good. He had his headphones on.
That's no surprise.
Is that today's news?
Yeah, they had some funny strips in there today.
Oh, that's nice. Any, job listings in there?
Yvette, are we really going to start this again?
I'm just asking. You don't have to snap at me.
I'm not snapping at you. I would just appreciate not to be pressured every 2 minutes about work.
Jesus, would you stop getting so worked up over every little thing I say?
Oh, I'm sorry. Do my feelings not mean anything to you?
All right, I'm sorry I ever mentioned it.
Thank you. I need to get off my ass about it.
Oh my God, I thought we were done talking about this.
You're the one who fucking brought it up in the
Would
first
you
place.
stop with the swearing?
Jesus, it's the same shit over and
What
over.
did I just say?
I can't stand it. First the goddamn mail, and now
Wait,
I thought you brought-
now there's a problem with the mail?
Did you not see yesterday's? Nothing but bills. At this point, we'd be lucky to have $100 for groceries this month. It's fucking ridiculous, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but why is that my
You
problem?
did not just fucking say that.
Peter, who's the one working out of the both of us? You think unemployment can last you forever?
No, I don't, but if
Well,
you
it
just-
sure seems like you do. All you do nowadays is sit on the couch and read the paper, which leaves me to work 7 days a week while getting paid almost nothing to do it. So don't sit there and complain about our financial problems when I'm the only one making any money.
Jesus, here we
Why is that so wrong for me to say? I'm sure that if I ask my manager, they can find something for you to do in the back room.
go. Oh, sure. Let's put the guy 2 months off of his third round of chemo out in a grocery store and expect him to be lifting things and standing all day. That's a great idea.
Peter.
Do you not get how chemo works? You don't just magically recover after it's done.
Pete!
And for you to have the gall to stand there and tell me that I should risk my life to make yours easier?
Peter!
You must be out of your goddamn mind. Why is it that I always have to be the one to fucking sacrifice
Peter!
something? What?
Should I go back upstairs?
No, come eat your breakfast. We're already late enough. Here, now eat up.
Dad, why did you say you have to fucking sacrifice
Stanley!
something?
I do not want that kind of language used in this house.
Then why did Dad say it?
I don't like him saying it either.
But
No buts. End of story.
So, kiddo, you excited for today?
I guess so.
Oh, come on. I'm sure you're gonna have a great time, and you're gonna meet so many new friends, and I'm sure your teacher
No.
will...
I don't want to talk to anyone today.
Why not?
Just because.
Well, you better. You need to make some friends and get out of the house more. It'd do you some good to try socializing
Please
every once.
stop it. He's nervous enough.
I'm just saying.
Well, stop. Please.
Stanley, did you bring your backpack downstairs with you?
I think I left it upstairs.
Didn't
by
I tell you
accident.
to bring it downstairs with you?
I'm sorry. I'll go grab
Nope, I'll get it. Finish your breakfast. Pete, watch the pancakes.
Listen, kiddo. I know the first day of school can be scary, but you gotta power through it. Remember what I told you. Look on the bright side of things and take it one day at a time. Do me a favor. Just think about everything that's gonna happen today. Don't think about tomorrow, don't think about yesterday, and definitely don't think about 2 weeks from now. Can you do that for me? Good.
Here, now let's get a move on.
Come on, kiddo. I'll drive you. Bring the pancakes.
Pete, I said I could drive
That's
this.
all right. I got it.
Bye, Mom. I love you.
I love you too, Stanley.
Yvette kisses Stanley on the forehead.
Have a good first day. Pete, let's not fight in front of him again.
You got it.
Yvette and Peter kiss.
I love you.
I love you too.
Peter exits. Yvette walks over to the counter and slowly flips through all of the envelopes. Suddenly, the stove starts beeping and smoke can be seen rising from it.
Oh, shoot.
Yvette runs over to the stove to turn it off.
Aw, how sweet. A nice happy family moment. Almost burned the kitchen down, but it was nice. Anyway, we now transition to William H. Taft Elementary School, where Stanley is set to have his first day of second grade. Despite the plea from his parents, Stanley enters the second grade with exactly 0 friends, and no desire to increase that number. However, what he doesn't know is that today he will meet someone that will change the course of his life. And that person just so happens to be, drumroll please, me! That's right, it's finally time for me to throw my hat into the ring of this story. Now, I would explain more about my role in the plot, but that would just spoil the fun.
Scene 3, The Angel, William H. Taft Elementary School, Kansas, 1992. It is early in the morning, just after 8 a.m. William H. Taft Elementary School is bustling with hundreds of students as it is the first day of school. Inside one small second grade classroom, many parents and kids can be heard walking around and talking to one another. At center stage, we see Stanley, who is sitting by himself at a desk, waiting for classes to begin. The teacher, Mr. Duffy, enters and walks over to Stanley's desk.
Hi, Stanley. You doing okay?
Yeah.
All right, then. I'm Mr. Duffy, and if you need to talk to anybody, you can always come to me, all right?
Okay.
Hey kiddo, how are you doing?
Mr. Duffy already checked on me. I'm fine.
Oh, I'm not a teacher.
You're not?
Do I look like a teacher to you? Really? You can't tell the difference between me and a teacher? Didn't you just talk to one? I look more like I'm getting ready for a family photo shoot on the beach.
You look like an angel.
An angel? Oh, no. Let's get something straight. I am not an angel. Never have been, never will be.
Well, what are you then?
What am I? I think you mean who am I?
Whatever. Who are you?
Well, kiddo, let's just say that I'm a lot like you.
How?
Well, you seem like a pretty smart kid. And not to brag, but I happen to hold a high school diploma, so I'd say that makes both of us pretty intelligent.
That's a stupid reason.
It is not.
It's two.
It's not.
It's two.
It's not.
It's two.
It's not.
It's
It's
two.
not.
It's
not.
two.
Hey! Inside voice, please.
Sorry.
Let the self never argue with an 8-year-old again. Look, kiddo, I didn't come here to fight with you.
Then why are you here?
Kiddo, do you question every stranger you meet like this?
No, I don't. And stop calling me kiddo.
Well, what would you prefer me to call you?
My name.
Well, seeing as I just met you and you haven't told me what your name is yet, I don't see how that would be possible.
Ugh, you're so dumb. Why are you still here?
Well, I like to say that I only appear to the ones who need me most.
That's stupid.
No, it's not. I think it's quite nice.
Can you just tell me why you're here?
Okay. Think of me as your personal motivational speaker.
What?
A motivational speaker. You know, the people that talk about optimism and getting your life
What's
on the right track.
optimism?
What? Oh, right. I forgot you literally have a first grade vocabulary. Well, optimism is something that everyone has inside of them. It's not always easy for someone to find it, and it can sometimes take a lot of work. Sometimes you have to go to a specialist to help you find it, but eventually everyone experiences it.
Is it a disease?
No, how do I describe this in 8-year-old terms? It's like thinking about how great something is going to be and how much you'll love it.
So, it's about being happy?
Exactly. It's about making sure you look on the bright side of things.
That's what my dad always tells me.
Really? I guess great minds think alike. How is your dad?
He's okay. He goes to the hospital a lot. He says he has something called leukemia.
You mean leukemia?
That's what I said.
How long has he been going to the hospital?
A long time.
Has he ever gotten better?
Sometimes. But then he gets sick again.
Jesus.
Language.
Sorry. How's your dad when he's home?
He's always worried about stuff and fighting with Mom. Sometimes they yell at each other too.
What do they yell about?
I don't know. I never listen to them. I always go upstairs when they yell. It scares me.
How's your mom?
She's okay. I don't like her as much as my dad, but I still like her. She yells at me sometimes, especially when I listen to my music.
Sounds like you guys got it pretty rough.
Yeah,
Hey, does your dad ever do anything with you to cheer you up on the tough days?
Well, sometimes he tells me stories when he tucks me in. Does that count?
Does it make you feel happy?
Yeah.
Well, then of course it counts. What's your favorite story he's ever told you?
Well, he always tells me about a dragon and how he becomes friends with a bird that flies by his cave every day. But one day, the bird doesn't fly by. So the dragon waits for him to show up. But the bird doesn't come back for a few days. And the dragon starts to get sad because he thinks his friend is gone. But the dragon always tries to think in a positive way, and it still hopes his friend will come back. And after a few days go by, the bird returns and the friends are reunited.
Did the bird say why he left?
He said it's because he had to go see his other friends that live far away, and he forgot to tell the dragon he was leaving. But my dad says the dragon did the right thing by staying positive, because it always leads to good things happening. He says he likes telling me stories like that because it teaches me good life lessons.
Wow, sounds like a great dad to me.
Yeah, he is. He sings to me a lot.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Interesting. What's your favorite song that he sings to you?
I don't know the name of it, but we sing it together all the time.
Do you know who sings it?
I think it's Kermit, but I can't really remember.
Who taught you Rainbow Connection?
That's it!
Like the one from the Muppet Show.
Yeah, we sing it like every day. He says that whenever you feel sad, the song will make everything better. What's wrong?
Nothing. I love that song. Well, I better let you get to learning.
Wait, when are you coming back?
Anytime you need me. Why do you ask?
Because I want to keep talking to you.
Why is that?
You kind of remind me of my dad.
Wow. Okay. If you ever want to talk again, just make this sound, and I'll be there as fast as I can.
Okay, but use your inside voice. I don't want the teacher to yell at you again.
Oh, he can't hear me.
Yes, he can. He's right outside the door.
Hi, Stanley.
Hi.
Were you talking to somebody in here?
Yeah, he's right here.
Oh, is he imaginary?
No, he's standing right next to me.
Okay, well, I'll let you two keep talking.
But if he can't see you, then how can I?
Like I said, I only appear to the ones who need me most.
So, are you not real?
Not to most people, but to you I am.
So you are an angel.
Fine, if that's what you want to call it, then yes, I'm technically an angel.
I have an angel as a friend. That's so cool.
Alright, kid, I've got to get going.
Okay, bye. Hey, what's your name?
Theodore, but most people call me Theo.
I'm Stanley.
Well, Stanley, it was good to meet you. Everything's going to be okay. I promise.
Scene 4, The Barbie Girl. William H. Taft Elementary School, Kansas, 1992. It is now about 8:30 a.m. William H. Taft Elementary School is still bustling with hundreds of students. We are in the same small second grade classroom. Stanley sits alone at his desk, contemplating what has just happened. Suddenly, he spots a girl in the corner of the room playing with Barbies by herself. The girl, Amber, is 8 years old and sits crisscross applesauce on the floor on the opposite side of the stage from Stanley. The two lock eyes with one another, both look away the moment they notice the other one is looking at them. However, Stanley looks back over to Amber and continues to stare at her. After a few moments of anxious contemplation, Stanley gets up and walks over to Amber.
Hi.
Hi.
My name's Stanley. What's yours?
Amber?
That's cool. What are you playing with?
Barbies?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, how's your day going?
Good.
Oh, that's...
If you say something is cool one more time, I'm gonna slap you.
Okay. That's... neat. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you mad.
Well, you did. Now
But-
leave me alone.
but I-
Just go away.
It's just... I don't have any friends, and you were sitting by yourself, and I thought you might need one too, but I guess you don't, so I'll just go.
What was your name again?
Stanley?
What do you think, Barbie? Should we let him play with us?
What is she saying?
I'm trying to listen. I was thinking that too. Well, Stanley, me and Barbie talked it over, and I do need someone to play Ken, so I guess you can stay.
Really? Okay. So are Bobby's your favorite toy to play with?
Only Ken and Barbie can talk right now.
Oh, okay.
So, where are you from?
Down the street.
Really?
Yeah.
What does your house look like?
Well, it has a black roof and the rest of it is white.
No, Ken lives in the dream house and has a hot pink roof and light pink walls.
Am I supposed to talk like me or Ken?
Ugh, okay, fine. We don't need to use the Barbies. We'll just talk to each other.
As Ken and Barbie?
No, as ourselves. Let's start where we left off. What does your house look like?
It has a black roof and the rest of it is white.
That's weird, because mine has the same colors, but my roof is white and the rest is black. We also have a little garden gnome named Herb who has a pointy hat and a long white beard.
He sounds ugly.
You're ugly.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Why do you care?
Trying to get ideas?
You don't know what you want to be when you grow up?
No.
Well, I want to be a movie star,
A movie star? Why?
so that I can be famous and successful.
What does that word mean?
Well, it means that everyone around the world knows who you are, and you get a lot of money and a big house.
What does successful mean?
I don't know. It's just something my parents tell me.
Oh, and what do they think?
About what?
About your dream to be a movie star?
They like it. What about your parents? Have they given you any ideas?
No, they've never really talked to me about it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The school bell suddenly rings.
Oh, morning recess.
Are you coming?
No,
Why not?
got no one to play with.
What about me?
Play with me?
Yeah, that's what friends are for, right?
So, we're friends now?
Yeah, I think so.
That's, cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Scene 5, The Family Connection. The Lawson's living room, Kansas, 1992. It is about 2:30 p.m. on the same day. We see Peter sitting in an extremely stuffed recliner chair on stage left in the living room of the Lawson's house. He is dressed in a robe and slippers, and he holds a scrapbook that looks to be a little worn out from aging over the years in his hands. Much like the kitchen, the living room looks to be in shambles. Peter looks to be content looking at the scrapbook and has the chair reclined all the way back. Stanley and Yvette enter, both dressed in the same outfits they were in previous scenes. Stanley is carrying his backpack on his back, and Yvette is carrying a purse and keys.
Hi, Dad.
Hey kiddo, how'd your first day go?
Good.
That's it? That's all I get? Good? Well, what was so good about it?
I made a friend.
Really?
Told me all about her in the car.
Oh, you made a lady friend. Is she cute?
Peter?
I'm just kidding. For Christ's sake, he's not dating her. Are you?
No, she's just my friend.
Okay, well, while I go get changed, why don't you tell your father everything you told me in the car?
Okay.
So, tell me about this mysterious girlfriend of yours.
Dad, she's not my girlfriend. Her name is Amber and she's very nice.
Amber. That's a pretty name. What's so nice about her?
Well, she let me play boggies with her.
That's nice.
And she wants to be a movie star when she grows up.
Don't see how that makes her prove that she's nice, but keep going.
And she told me about her family,
Oh yeah? What'd she tell you about them?
that they want her to be successful, but I don't know what that means.
Well, when someone is successful, it means that they accomplished a goal that they've been working towards for a long time. Although, a lot of the time, people like to think they can define what makes other people successful. Here, look at this.
Peter picks up the scrapbook off the coffee table. He flips to a certain page.
This is your grandpa Kevin. He died before you were born, but he was one of the most successful cigarette dealers in his town when he was my age. Now, would you say he's successful?
No, because cigarettes are bad for you.
That's right, they are bad for you. But like everyone else, Grandpa set a goal for himself, and he met it. So even though what he was doing was wrong, he was successful by his own definition. See what I mean?
Yeah. What else is in this book?
Let's see. There's your Aunt Susie and Uncle Greg at your first birthday party. And there's your cousin Paul holding you at the hospital when you were born. And there's a picture of me and Mom together on our honeymoon.
Who's that?
Who?
The guy standing with you in the picture.
Oh. We don't need to talk about him.
Why not?
Because it's such a long story, and I don't really like telling it.
Did he do something bad?
No, Before I met Mom, I was married to another woman. And when I was with her, we had a son. He was something special. He was smart and kind and always had a smile on his face. He could light up a room just by walking into it, and I hope that one day I could talk to everyone about him and all of his accomplishments and how proud I was to be his dad.
What happened to him?
He changed. He started only thinking about things that affected him, didn't give a damn about anyone else. So when he was about 20 years old, he left. And haven't seen him since.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dad.
Don't be sorry, kiddo. It's not your fault.
Well, I still feel bad for you.
Well, thank you. But you don't need to be sorry for anything. It was his decision. And there's nothing that we can do about it now.
The Muppet Show is on!
Oh, I didn't realize that was still on.
Peter reaches for the remote on the coffee table in order to turn the TV off.
Can we watch it?
Sure, why not?
What are you boys up to in here?
We're watching The Muppet Show.
Okay, well, we can watch it later. Mom's show is on.
But
It's okay, kiddo. We'll watch it another time. Cops? Really?
What? It's a good show.
Dad, why are you covering my eyes?
You'll understand when you're older.
2002. Stanley is older.
Scene 6, The Misunderstanding. Overland High School, Kansas, 2002. It is about 12:30 p.m. on the last Friday of the school year at Overland High School. We see a lineup of about 10 lockers, all decorated in their own unique way, with different colors, decorations, and name tags. However, there is one locker that has no decoration on it at all, and it simply reads Amber on the front, which is written on a white sticker that seems to be placed there before the school year started. The sounds of hundreds of students bustling through the hallways can be heard.
Now, while the world is changing rapidly around this time, when it comes to Stanley's story, we remain in Kansas, but change the setting to the halls of Overland High School. Stanley is now a senior. He still lives in fear of other people, and him and the one friend he actually had, Amber, have grown distant more and more over the years. Now, if you were to ask anyone else why they grew apart, they would tell you that it's because they grew into different cliques, which is entirely logistical. It's perfectly natural for kids to grow apart and join separate friend groups when they get older. But that's not what I'm seeing. I see a boy who has become completely incapable of interacting with his best friend, seemingly out of nowhere for no apparent reason. In fact, Stanley has gotten to a point where he can't even talk to her without having a nervous breakdown. Over the past few months, that's right, I said months, he has been trying to work up the courage to actually exchange words with Amber. Unfortunately, he comes up with plans like this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Really inventive stuff. Luckily, he's got me to knock some sense into him.
Really? Oh, Jesus, Theo, what the fuck?
What was that?
What was what?
You tried that walk by her, bump into her, and hope she talks to me routine for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, and?
Have you seen any results? Didn't think so. You know, I like when you two used to talk to each other. You should think about taking that up again.
What would I even say? We haven't talked in months.
Well, if you keep looking at her like a creep and coming up with stupid ideas to try and get her attention, it'll be a lot more than a couple of months that you two haven't talked.
And what exactly do you suggest I do?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe try talking to her!
Are you crazy? If I talk to her now, after I just did that, I'm gonna have a a panic attack.
Can't you just try? Please, just for me?
No! I already told you, if I go over there, I'm gonna fucking die.
What's the worst that could happen?
I could fucking die! God, do you even listen to me?
You're not gonna die, Stan.
Really? And how do you know that?
It's common sense.
That's something they teach you up in heaven?
Stanley, don't start with that shit.
Oh, what are you gonna do about it, angel boy? No, please don't hit me again.
That's what I thought. Look, I know you're nervous, but I also know what that girl means to you. And I know that if you lose her, you will never forgive yourself. So here's my suggestion. Puff your chest out, grow a pair, and ask that girl out to dinner. Hey, why don't you take her to prom?
Prom? Are you insane?
Okay, maybe I was shooting a little high there. Let's just stick with dinner.
Theo, it's not that easy.
No, it's pretty easy. You just gotta walk over there
She
and ask
doesn't
her.
see me the same way anymore.
I disagree.
What's that supposed to mean?
I think you don't see her the same way anymore.
What do you mean? You think I love her?
Whoa. Love is a very strong word, which I didn't use. You did.
You're crazy. I'm not in love with her.
Okay, so tell me, what makes it so hard for you to talk to her?
I don't know.
No more I don't knows. Look me in the eyes and tell me, genuinely, why you can't get over this girl.
She gets me. She understands how I think, how I act, and how to make me happy. She'll actively listen to me, help me with whatever problems I have, and expect nothing in return. She used to be my best friend for a reason, and I guess I never really noticed how much she meant to me and how much I needed her.
Nah, I don't know about you, but that sounds like love to me.
Really?
Well, it sounded a little creepy, but it was mostly good. Look, love or no love, the first thing you need to do is save your friendship with her.
Did I not just make it clear I want to be more than friends with her?
Stan, this isn't a Disney movie. You don't just lock eyes with someone and get a soulmate for life. These things take time.
But I...
Listen, the first step is always the hardest. You just gotta trust yourself. Keep walking like that, she'll definitely say no.
Hey, Amber.
Hey, Stanley.
How's your shoulder?
What?
No, I mean, it's just, I bumped into you earlier and I hit your shoulder with mine, by accident, of course. And I just wanted to make sure you didn't, like, bruise or anything.
Yeah, it's fine.
Good. Good. So, you doing anything in the near future?
No, why?
Well, I was wondering if you wanted to go to,
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just I've been really stressed out lately with it being senior year and on all this college stuff to figure out. Then there's prom. Don't even get me started on that because I haven't found someone to go with. And then there's
You don't have a prom date yet?
No, not yet.
I don't have one either. If that makes you feel better.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
So what were you gonna ask me?
What?
You came over here to ask me if I would go somewhere with you.
Oh, right. Well, I was going to ask you if you had a prom date yet.
Wait, you actually want me to go to prom with you?
What? Oh, no.
So you don't want to go to prom?
No, I do. I so do. You just didn't let me finish. What I was originally going to ask was, do you want to go to prom and dinner with me?
But isn't there going to be dinner at prom?
I didn't even think of that.
Well, I would love to have dinner at prom with you.
Really? Awesome. So, I guess I'll see you tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'll see you then.
Oh, what the fuck just happened?
I don't know, but you just exceeded my expectations, that's for sure.
Oh my god.
I mean, I just told him to shoot for dinner, but you just blew that right out of the
Theo?
water.
What am I gonna do? I don't have a soup or a corsage.
Dan, don't worry, we've got plenty of time to figure everything out. We'll go get you a suit and a corsage after school is out. I'll be there the whole time, so if you need anything, you can just ask me, okay? Awesome. Now let's finish last period and then get to work. You got a big day tomorrow.
Scene 7. 7, The Promise. Overland High School, Kansas, 2002. It is 7:30 p.m. the next night in the gymnasium at Overland High School. The gym is lit up by a mix of blue and purple lights. The smell of body odor can once again smelt in the air, but this time it is accompanied by music that is played in extremely high volume to the point where the floor is shaking. Stanley is decked out in his suit.
Can't believe I have to fucking wear this in front of her.
What's the matter with it? I think you picked a good one.
It was the last one.
Hey, you're the one who went suit shopping at the last minute.
Yeah, because they expected me going to prom. I also don't get what the problem was with us driving her here.
With what car and what license could you have done that with?
Dad offered to bring us.
Have your dad drive you to the prom? Do you want to look lame?
It's better than looking like an asshole.
Look, don't worry about you right now. Your main priority tonight is keeping Amber happy. Speak of the devil. See, I told you the suit would work out.
Help me out. Give me a good line.
Just say she looks nice.
I can't say that.
Yes, you can. Here, practice on me first.
Hey, Amber. You're looking nice.
Okay, maybe don't say it like you're about to kill her.
How am I supposed to say it?
Like you would. Just bring her to the table, pull her seat out for her, and chat her up. Now I'm gonna go find the punch bowl. If you need me, you know the signal.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, have fun. Heist, you can't miss me if I don't leave.
I can't do this.
Why?
I don't trust myself.
What?
What if I say something stupid? Or I run out of things to
Stanley,
say?
you've known
or
her for how many years? You said it yesterday. She knows you, and she knows what you're like.
But that still doesn't stop me from acting like me.
Stan, I can give you all the advice you want, but I can't take your prom date out for you. Now, if you need me for a legitimate reason, then I'll be over at the punch bowl. Oh, and if they play a slow song, ask her to dance.
Hey,
Hey,
you look nice.
thanks. You too.
Thank you. After you.
Amber walks over to the center table and stands next to her chair, pulling it out for herself to sit.
No, I'm sorry. Where are my manners?
That's fine, I got
No, I insist.
No, really, it's okay.
No. I, as the gentleman, must assist you, the lady, with the pulling out of the chair.
Okay.
Boy, and under the sea theme, you'd think there'd be more water at the table.
More than that, Amber points to a pitcher of water on the table.
Oh, wow. Didn't see that. So, still acting?
I am. Actually, I'm going to school for it next year.
Oh, cool. When did you find that out?
A few months back.
Oh, I guess I missed that.
So what about you?
Me?
Where are you headed in the fall?
Well, guess you could say I'm taking a gap year.
Really?
Yeah, I just didn't want to be so far away from home.
Totally get that. That was one of the toughest things when I picked Merrimack.
Wait. You're going to Merrimack? Like, the one in Manhattan?
Yeah, why?
Nothing. It's just, that's an awfully long way from Kansas.
A slow song starts to play.
Oh, would you like to dance?
I would love to. The two assume the classic school dance position, with Stanley's hands on Amber's hips and Amber's arms wrapped around Stanley's neck. However, Stanley places his hand too far up on Amber's back, which Amber quickly moves to the correct position. The two begin to gently sway with the beat of the song. So, you really went out and bought a whole new suit just for me?
Rented. It was the last one they had, so it was a tough choice.
I really missed you, Stanley.
Yeah, I missed you too.
Then, out of nowhere, Stanley suddenly kisses Amber. Amber is shocked, but lets the kiss last a few seconds, almost to process what is going on. After a few moments, Amber pulls away from Stanley. Alright. I'll be right back.
Oh shit, Amber! Amber, wait! No, I didn't mean to! Go! Go! Go!
All right, I'm coming. Jesus, can I guy you some shrimp and peas? Where's the lady?
She left.
What? Why'd she do that?
Well, it might have been because I kissed her.
You planted one on her? Why would you do that?
I don't know, something came over me. It felt right, so I did it.
What did I tell you yesterday? These things take time. You can't just kiss someone all willy-nilly like that.
Look, I'm sorry, okay? I don't know how these things work.
Yeah, clearly. You were right. You can't be trusted alone.
You're the one who left me alone.
I didn't expect you to fucking kiss her. Okay? Okay? This is fine. We can fix this.
How? How can we possibly fix this?
Well, first you've got to explain why you did it.
No. I'm not doing that.
What other options do you have?
There's gotta be a better option.
It's not gonna kill you to talk to her about it. Hey, why don't you use this to tell her how you feel?
No! Are you fucking crazy?
What's the worst thing she could say?
No! The worst thing she could say is no!
But she could say yes.
Doesn't even matter. She's gonna be in New York.
Forever?
For college.
So? She's not gonna disappear. She'll be back. Or better yet, why don't you look at school's affair?
I'll never survive out
You've
there.
gotta stop with that stuff.
With what stuff?
Saying you can't do things.
Yeah. Well, maybe I don't need you telling me what I can do.
Are you saying you don't need me?
Oh, what gave you that idea?
Okay, big shot. Handle this one yourself. But know one thing. When you start digging yourself into a hole telling her bullshit, I won't be there to take the shovel away from you. Hope it works out for you.
Wait, Theo, I didn't...
Theo.
Amber, Theo, he's just a friend. At least I thought he was. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to...
So, you moved to second base very quickly, don't you?
Look, I have an explanation.
I would love to hear it.
It's just... emotions were high.
Yeah, yours may have been, but did you ever consider that mine weren't?
You said you really missed me.
As a friend! Why didn't you just tell me that's how you felt?
Amber, do you know me at all? That's not that easy.
Oh, so 10 years of friendship doesn't make it easier to say I love you?
What? I love you? No, I wouldn't say I love you.
Really? So you just kissed me for fun, is that it?
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Just talk to me about it next time.
Listen, I wanted to ask you this forever.
Stanley.
No, you want me to talk about it, so let me say it.
Okay.
Alright. Would you like to go on a date with me? Well, I guess it would technically be a second date.
I
but
can't.
then...
Don't give me that look, Stan. You know that neither of us can rely on our parents to support us forever, especially since they can barely support themselves at the moment. I can barely afford to go to Merrimack, and I'm banking on my acting ability being better than thousands of others to land me a job. Do you know how hard that is? That's like finding a needle in a fucking 10-mile haystack. And I can't drag you on when I know it won't work. Stanley, I love you, but I can't lose my best friend. Listen, I know this is probably not how you expected tonight to go, but who knows? Maybe our paths will cross in the future. And to be honest, I hope they do.
That's nice to hear.
Now, can you do me a favor?
What's that?
Can you give me a real dance? Like out on the dance floor this time?
Absolutely.
Good. Race, yeah.
Ooh, Gio's gonna be so pissed when I tell him.
Son of a bitch! He held that one night over my head for the next 10 years. He used to brag about how he really showed me up that night, and how he felt he could take on the world after that. Excuse me, but where was this confidence before? Anyway, like I said, we fast forward 10 years to the year 2012. Oh boy, was this one a doozy. 2012 was the year that the world was supposed to end. However, if you watched Stanley, you'd think otherwise. This was the year that Stanley finally saw all his hard work pay off. You see, over the past 10 years, Stanley worked his way up to the top position of a banking company, which he started at on an unpaid internship. When it comes to his relationship with Amber, it gets a little more complicated. They both haven't seen each other in person since they graduated from high school, but they have remained in touch with each other through phone calls mainly. However, Stanley is planning something special in order to surprise Amber. For now, we return to the Lawson's house, where Stanley has some good news for his folks.
Scene 8, the news. The Lawson's living room, Kansas, 2012. It is around 7:30 p.m. on a Thursday night in January. We are now back in the Lawson's living room. A yelling match between Peter and Yvette can be heard off stage, seemingly from the kitchen. It is not quite loud enough to hear exactly what they are saying, but just enough to know that something is wrong. Stanley, now 28, can be heard off stage.
Dad! Mom! You're never gonna believe what happened at work today! Dad? Mom?
Oh, fuck you, Peter. Are you serious? No, I don't want to hear the excuse you have for this one.
Well, if you'd stop yelling at me for 2 seconds,
You
I would have...
seriously think that this is what's going to solve the fucking problem?
Honey, believe me, this is just as hard for me as it is for you.
Oh, yeah, like I'm going to believe that bullshit. I bet that's exactly what Theo's last words were.
What?
Don't you dare bring that up.
Why? You're the one who killed him.
Dad, what is she talking
I
about?
thought we weren't going to talk about stuff like that with him.
Who cares? There's no saving him. He's been living here his whole life and hasn't made any attempt to leave. You fucked him up just like you did with Theo.
Don't you talk about our son that way.
I'll talk about him any goddamn way I want. When he gets up off his ass and moves out, then maybe he'll earn my respect back. We have been living in the same shithole for the last 30 years because of your unwillingness to go to a fucking job interview, and I'm sick of it. I've had enough of your laziness coming back to bite me in the ass, and all I wanted was to fix the problems that we had. I wanted to see our family become something that I was proud to talk about, but you said it takes time. Well, I don't have that kind of time to waste. You said that we were going to get through this together, and now you're just going to walk out on me? File the papers. I fucking dare you. What? Nothing to say? You know, he was gonna find out eventually with you showing him all those shitty scrapbooks.
Dad?
Stanley, hey kiddo, how was work
What the
today?
hell was that?
Don't worry about that. It was just a little argument, Mom.
Little? Dad, that wasn't little.
I'm telling you, it's nothing.
Then why was Mom screaming at you?
She does that every day.
Not like that, she doesn't.
Look, kiddo, I've had a long day and I just
So
want
have I. And I certainly didn't expect to come home to my parents having a shouting match.
It wasn't a shouting match.
Really? If that's not your definition of shouting, I would hate to see what is.
Stanley, I am done talking about this. Now please, just leave me alone.
Why did she say you killed Theo?
Stanley, I told you.
Is there something you'd like to tell me?
No. I don't
Why?
have...
Because I was going to find out eventually. At least that's what Mom said.
Mom doesn't know what she's talking about.
Really? Well, you didn't seem to argue the fact that you murdered someone, which leads me to
That's
believe...
bullshit. She was talking out
Did
of her
you
ass.
kill Theo?
Yes.
Who was he?
My first kid.
With Mom? Then where the fuck is she?
She died before she even got to hold him.
When were you going to tell me this?
I wasn't.
Well, maybe you should now. How old was he when you did this?
About 20.
That wasn't him in the scrapbook, was it?
No. There were no pictures of him in that scrapbook. There were no pictures of him in any scrapbook.
Then who was it?
Your cousin Jeff.
Why would you lie to me?
It was the easiest way to tell you. Jeff lives in Europe, so you'd almost never see him. So I said he was your brother, and he moved out. That was it. I was done talking about Theo.
You did all that just so you didn't have to tell me about him? What happened to him?
Don't make me tell you that.
Dad.
A broken heart.
Come on, Dad, enough with the bullshit.
I'm telling the truth. He died because of a broken heart. At least I think he did.
What do you mean you think he did?
There was one night that him and I got into a little argument. He was screaming about how he couldn't live this stressful life anymore and how he needed to take a break from me. Then he stormed out of the house and didn't come back for the rest of the night. Then I got a call from the police station the next morning. I remember every detail of that call. Somebody found him dead on the side of the road a few hours after he left the house.
But I thought you killed him.
I did.
How? Doesn't sound like you
I
did
may
anything.
not have physically killed him, but I'm the reason he died. I'm sure of it.
What makes you so sure about that?
It was the night I told him I had leukemia. He died because of me.
So, you're leaving, I'm guessing?
Stanley, this isn't the right place for me. We both know that. What was it you were going to tell me earlier?
Huh?
You were yelling about something. I heard you in the kitchen.
I don't think it fucking matters now.
Listen, I may be leaving, but that doesn't mean I stopped caring about my son. Hey, look at me. Stanley, look at me. I will always be a phone call away, no matter what you need. Now, spill the beans. What were you going to tell me?
Going to New York
New York? What for?
to see Amber.
Really? Christ, you haven't seen her in years.
Well, I bought a ticket to her show, so I figured I'd surprise her before I see it.
Oh, isn't that nice? Well, tell her to break her knee or whatever that actor shit is.
It's break a leg, Dad. I'll make sure to tell her. Hey, could you at least try and talk to Mom?
All right. If it gives you peace of mind, I'll talk to her about it tomorrow. I'm gonna head to bed.
All right, I'll be here.
So, what they think? Judging by your response, I'm guessing it was not so good.
When were you gonna tell me?
Tell you what,
That I had a brother?
Stan, I can explain.
Why would you keep something like that from me?
I didn't want you to look at me differently.
So that gives you a reason to lie to me?
No, but Stan, you've got to understand that I was under a lot of...
You don't have to understand anything. You ruined my parents' lives.
I know.
You know that Dad thinks he's responsible for your death?
I'm sorry,
The man is besides himself.
Is he going to be okay?
He thinks he's a murderer.
He's not a murderer, and I'd
You
appreciate
are
it if you didn't call
so
him that.
full of shit. You
Oh,
know
so
that?
now I can't defend my father?
You don't have the right to call him your father. Not after what you put him through. The man had fucking cancer, and you decided to throw a tantrum and storm out on him? How about showing some sympathy for your father who's dying in a month?
Where are you going?
New York. Don't follow me.
Scene 9, The Surprise. The Hill Ridge, New York, New York, 2012. We fast forward a day after the previous scene. It is about 11 p.m. on Friday night. We are in the hallway of the 15th floor of the Hill Ridge in New York, New York, specifically in the Bronx. The ding of an elevator can be heard off stage. Stanley enters. He carries a suitcase with him and is visibly nervous. He examines the doors, looking closely at the numbers on each one.
Which one was it? God damn, I just heard it downstairs. Fuck it.
He knocks on door 15D. He waits in anxious anticipation. When the door finally does open, it is not Amber. It is a much older woman, probably closer to 80, dressed in a robe and slippers.
Yes!
Oh, Jesus.
What was that, Dia?
I'm sorry. I'm looking for Amber Francis. Do you happen to know where she lives?
What?
I'm looking for Amber Francis.
You're looking for apple fritters?
No. I'm looking for Amber Francis.
I'm sorry, Dia, you have to speak up.
I'm looking for Amber Francis.
Goodness, keep it down, Dia. There are people sleeping here, you know.
Look, I really don't have time for this. So can you just tell me where Amber...
Would you shut up? I'm trying to get some sleep.
Amber?
Stanley? Stanley!
Well, I hope he finds those apple fritters.
What are you doing here?
I came to see you.
I can see that. Why aren't you in Kansas?
Figured I'd take the weekend off and surprise the biggest actress in New York.
Oh, stop it. You're just being nice.
Are you kidding me? Your picture's plastered everywhere on Times Square. I'd say that's pretty good.
Well, that's very kind, but you should probably see the show before you start crowning me as the best.
Good point. I guess I'll just have to wait until I see you Saturday night.
Shut up. You're not going tomorrow.
Stanley pulls out a ticket from his suit pocket.
Then why do I have this?
Oh my god! Wait, but tomorrow night's been sold out for weeks.
I bought it online.
Stanley, I have comps for tomorrow. You should have told me you were coming. I could have gotten you one.
Well, that's not the only thing I came to tell you. I got a...
Amber! Hey, Amber. Everything okay out here?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Who's this?
This is Stanley. He's just a friend from high school.
Hi, Danny. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
He came all the way from Kansas.
Wow, that's quite the journey. Gee, you must be awfully tired.
Yeah, a little.
Stanley, you alright?
Yeah, it's just, I'm a bit jet lagged, that's all.
Oh, well, then I'd better let you two get back to talking so that you can rest.
Don't worry, I'll be done soon.
Don't be too long. Don't want to be too tired when we call your folks tomorrow.
Okay, we'll be done soon.
Amber kisses Stanley, to which Stanley's eyes widen.
Nice to meet you, Stanley.
Wow, you and Danny seem awfully close.
Well, he's my fiance, so we kind of have to be.
Wait. He's your fiance?
Yeah,
Since when?
yesterday.
Is that why you have to call your parents?
Well, yeah, we gotta tell them the big news. Speaking of which, what was yours?
What? Oh, yeah, right. I, got a promotion at work
Really? Stanley, that's wonderful. When did that happen?
yesterday.
Why didn't you call me?
Figured I'd keep something a surprise for when I came.
Stanley, you didn't have to come all the way out here. You should have just called me.
Well, I guess you could say I wanted to make a special moment between us.
So what's the pay raise?
That's not important.
Oh, come on. You flew all the way out here and you're not even going to tell me what you're getting out of it?
It's enough.
Enough?
Well, it would have been enough.
Enough for what?
Would have been enough to support both of us.
What?
Enough to support both of us.
Stanley, what are you talking about?
Amber, do you remember on prom night when we danced with each other?
Yeah, sure.
Do you remember what you said to me that night?
Considering it was 10 years ago, I'm going to have to
You
say no.
said that you didn't see it in the cards for us to be together, but you hoped that our paths would cross in the future someday. That right there gave me the hope that one day I might be able to still get the girl of my dreams, who I assumed thought the same way about me.
Wow. I don't know what to say.
I know one thing you could say.
What might that be?
I'm sorry.
Excuse me?
Amber, I worked my ass off for 10 years to get to the point where I can finally live the life I've dreamed of having. And you expect me to be okay with the fact that you're getting hitched to another fucking guy?
Stanley, you can't live your life around one thing that I said, and in high school no less.
How long have you been with that motherfucker?
Don't you dare talk about my fiance like
How
that.
long?
About 2 years.
When were you planning on telling me?
My love life is none of your business.
What, you think it'd come up in conversation after 10 years of phone
What
calls?
did you expect me to do? Share every little detail of my life with you?
I expected you to at least tell me. Why?
Why? Why? Stanley, it didn't make sense for us. It was a long shot for either of us to make it, especially since we both didn't
You
know
didn't
what
have
we were
faith
doing.
in me.
What?
That's why you chose him.
Stanley, that's not what I'm saying.
Bullshit, that's exactly what you're saying. You didn't think I could do it, so you abandoned me.
I did not abandon you. Don't say that shit.
Why? Because I'm right?
Because you're being ridiculous. Stan, I've been your friend for 20 years, and I've helped you through the toughest points in your life while also dealing with mine. My shoulder has always been available for you to cry on, so don't you dare say that I fucking abandoned you. And for your information, I thought about you a lot. 4 years to be exact. There were some nights where I would just lie awake, hoping that you'd somehow show up at Merrimack and sweep me off my feet. Now that I think about it, I may have even said I loved you. But after waiting that long, I had to move on. I had to do what was best for me. That's it? You're just gonna leave?
Yeah, pretty much. What, you want to keep crushing my dreams some more?
Well, you brought a suitcase. You're obviously ready to
My parents just got divorced! Right in front of me. And I thought my friend, who I trusted, would at least be there for me when I needed her. But you're not my friend. Not after this.
Stanley, I'm sorry.
No, you're not. Don't lie to me again. I'm really happy for you, Amber.
Stanley pulls the ticket out of his suit pocket and walks over to hand it to Amber.
Break a leg tomorrow.
Stanley exits. A ding is heard off stage, followed by the doors of the elevator opening and closing. York, 2012. It is midnight on the same January night. We are now on the edge of an abandoned bridge a few blocks away from the Hill Ridge apartment complex. We see Stanley, seated on the edge of the bridge, now wearing a hat and mittens in addition to a suit from the previous scene. He stares straight out towards the water, seemingly deep in thought. We can also see the sight of dry tears and snot on his face. Theodore can be heard off stage yelling.
Stan! Stan! Stan, where have you been? I've been looking for you for hours. Hello, you not gonna talk? Stan? You okay?
I thought I told you not to follow me.
Well, I did. Deal with it. Now what happened?
None of your business.
Don't give me that.
You wouldn't
Hey,
understand.
you better stop this shit right now. What happened?
She got another guy, Theo.
What? Oh, Stan. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, well, sorry's not gonna fix this one.
I know. I know.
A moment of silence between the two. Theodore suddenly notices the rapid current of water hits us 100 feet below them.
Hey, what do you say we head back to the hotel room? I think it'll be better if we talk there.
What is there to talk about? She rejected me. It's over.
Well, sometimes it's good to talk out your feelings with other people.
Look, stop trying to be my fucking therapist, okay?
I'm just trying to help.
I don't need your help. I don't know what your end goal is here, but I don't need you to hold my hand every second of my life. Stop telling me that everything's gonna be okay and that I've gotta find the positives in every situation. I'm tired of hearing the same shit over and over and over again. Just leave me alone.
I don't want you out here alone. Come on, let's head back.
What does it matter?
Stanley, you're gonna get fucking sick. It's freezing out.
Without Amber, all that work was for nothing.
Stop it, Stan. That's ridiculous. There are plenty of other girls out there.
But there's only one that's right for me.
You don't know that.
What did I tell you about saying that shit?
Let go of me, Stanley.
Let me ask you a fucking question.
Let go. Let's get back to the room.
No. I told you, I want to be
In
alone.
the freezing cold.
It's better than having you breathing down my neck.
Oh, so now I'm a nuisance.
But that's what you always have
Well, maybe
been.
it's because I've had to be. As long as I'm here, I'm gonna make damn sure you don't beat yourself up over shit like this.
Yeah, well, don't worry. I won't be here much longer.
What did you just say? You wouldn't.
Then, Stanley grabs onto the railing on the bridge and attempts to commit suicide by throwing himself into the river. Theodore bolts over and wraps his arm around Stanley's chest, trying to pull him away from the railing. The two wrestle back and forth for a bit, ultimately ending with Theodore throwing Stanley to the ground.
You fucking asshole!
Do you understand what you could have just done now? You could have ruined the lives of so many people. You may not think it, but there are people out there that rely on you. One of which is standing right in front of you. You've got a good job. You've got enough money to buy your own house. And you want to throw it all away because one girl didn't believe in you? That's gotta be the dumbest thing you've ever tried to do. Jesus Christ! I saved your life and you're still fucking ignoring me. That's right, that goddamn Muppet is the only thing that gets through to you.
I don't care what Dad
Or maybe you
thinks.
fucking should! You ever think about why Kermit sings that song? Pretty easy when you think about it. It's about moving forward. It's about the fact that humans, just like rainbows, have nothing to hide in their intentions. It's about how everyone has a dream that they set out to accomplish. They may just not be able to see it. It's about how some people may say that your dream is impossible, so you've got to believe in it twice as hard. But it's also about the fact that not every wish that you have is going to come true, and that you shouldn't believe that they will. It's about how you may hear people who doubt you, but you'll hear just as many who believe in you. But most of all, it's about the fact that someday the good stuff will come. You may just have to wait a while. It's about how life may try to kick you down and beat you up, but you just gotta get right back up and keep fighting. It may take time, Stan, but someday you will find it. You'll find that rainbow connection. Now, you may not have a lover. You may not even consider yourself a dreamer. But you've got me.
I never thought about it that way. I guess you're right.
And to think that all came from a frog made out of felt.
God, now I know why Dad loves that song so much.
Yep. It was our favorite for a reason. It's been a long time since I've sang it with him.
Theo, how did you die?
When I was younger, the house was the same way it is now. We were always struggling with the bills. Mom was the only one working. Dad was in between layoff periods. It was pretty brutal. But there were two things that I always found joy in. Spending time with Dad and the Muppet Show. And when those two would cross over, it was the best thing ever. When that song first came out, Dad and I wanted to learn the lyrics as fast as we could. It was my favorite thing to do with him. And then we get a phone call at the house one day. It was the hospital. They were calling to remind Dad that he had an upcoming chemotherapy appointment. I asked him if they had made a mistake, and he said that they didn't. He had been diagnosed 2 months prior, which only gave him a month left to live. I was in shock. A month left to live? When I asked him why he didn't tell me sooner, he said it was because he didn't want to upset me. I must have cried for hours. Can you believe that? My own father kept the fact that he was sick a secret just because he thought it would make me upset. Those 2 months could have been spent doing the things that we always wanted to do together. But no. He'd have rather died without me ever knowing.
What happened after you left the house that night?
I thought I was going to lose him. So I killed myself. I thought that life wasn't worth living if I couldn't find any happiness in it. So I ended it. 20 years old. I was 20 years old.
You know what I realized the other day? If you're dead and you're watching over me, that means you're technically my guardian angel.
Me? An angel? After I put my father through years of grief, mourning the loss of his firstborn son? No, I'm not an angel. I'm a demon from the darkest part of hell there is.
So, if you're a demon, then why did you help me?
To make sure you didn't make the same mistake I did.
Hey, why don't we head back?
To the room?
No. Let's head back home.
Scene 11, the goodbye. Lawson's Living Room, Kansas, 2012. It is around 11 p.m. the next day, Saturday. We return back to the Lawson's living room. Stanley and Theodore enter, both trying to be as quiet as possible. As they are entering, Stanley accidentally trips over the coffee table.
Oh, dude, what the fuck? Do you want Mom and Dad to hear?
You were supposed to be leading the way.
What do you think I have? Night vision? I'm dead. I'm not a superhero.
Okay, whatever. Just be quiet. All right, I think we're good.
Oh, thank God. That was torture.
What was?
Whispering.
Whispering is a form of torture to you? What are you, an actor?
No, I'm just naturally loud, that's all.
Well, do me a favor. Try not to be too loud tonight, okay? We don't need Mom and Dad hearing you too.
But you're the only one who can hear me.
Fuck off. All right, I'm gonna head up to bed. You sure you're okay sleeping down here?
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool. I'll see you in the morning. Hopefully, there'll be some good apartments up for sale. Can't wait to get out of this hellhole.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Oh my God.
What?
You just said that you wanted to look for apartments, right?
Yeah. So?
That means I'm done.
What do you mean?
You're starting to embrace your future instead of dreading it. So, my work here is done.
Done? No, you can't leave. Not now.
Stan, I only appear to the ones who need me most. You don't need my help anymore. Me being here would only be a burden to you at this point.
No, Theo, you can't leave. I mean, I feel like we just got the ball rolling again, and now Dad's leaving in a few months.
Stanley, don't be afraid. That perfect life you were so obsessed with having, you're living it now. You've got a great job, a dad that supports you, and all the money you could ask for. A few years ago, you thought that was impossible, but you made it a reality. You don't need a guardian angel anymore.
Will I ever see you again?
Maybe. I don't know. Hey, since I'm doing you a favor, can I ask you for one? Next time you see Dad, tell him that
Stanley?
Oh, hi, Dad.
You're home early.
Yeah, well, stuff happened. Did I wake you up?
Nah, just getting a little midnight drink.
Booze?
Not as far as you know. So, why'd you cut the trip short?
Oh, no reason.
Yeah, likely story. What happened?
It didn't really go well with Amber.
What? I thought you said you were going to see her show.
Yeah, she said she wasn't performing that night. She had other plans.
Oh, I'm sorry, kiddo. But, hey, there's always other chances to see it.
Yeah. I think I'll be fine.
Look at you, thinking on the bright side.
Yeah. Gotta do that more often. You wanna head upstairs? You coming?
In a few. Gotta finish my drink first.
Alright. Good night.
Night.
He remains seated in a recliner chair, staring blankly forward and sipping from his mug every so often.
Hey, Dad. How's it hanging? Oh, me? You know, living life. Well, I'm not actually living, but you get the point. Listen, I know you won't hear any of this, but I just need to get it off my chest. So, is it alright if I just say it? I'll take your silence as yes. I wanted to get the chance to say goodbye. I know that what I did was incredibly selfish, and I kicked myself every day for not thinking before I did it. I know you probably didn't want me back in your life, but Stan needed help, and I didn't want to leave you to do it all by yourself. He's a good kid, Dad. A little naive, but an overall good kid. He's been my best friend for 20 years. And I can only imagine how much longer it could have been. Hey, I never got to tell you this, but I guess now's a better time than ever. You're my hero, Dad. You're the person that I strive to be every day of my life. And I'm sorry that I was never the son you could brag about to all your friends. But I hope Stan does. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll show myself out. Love you.
You've done a good job with him, Theo.
Dad?
It's been a long time.
Could you hear me that whole time? Oh God, I'm sorry. I didn't mean.
Don't be sorry. I liked it. A lot.
How long have you been able to hear me?
As long as he's been able to.
How is that possible? I only appear to the ones who need me most.
But I thought you can't control who needs your help in life, Theo, or when they need it. But what you can control is how you choose to help them. And since you left, I've needed you more than ever.
You know, when I first met him, he said that I reminded him of you. I never knew how to feel about that.
Why?
Because I don't think I could ever live up to how perfect you are.
Oh, stop.
No, it's true. I mean, you're making the best out of living with nothing. You've lived in the same rundown house for over 30 years, and you still find a way to see the positives in it. You find time to be with your son, even though you're fighting one of the toughest diseases the world has ever seen. You manage to bring the best out in people by bringing out the best things in yourself. What have I done? I've been a wingman for 20 years. I've been the guy in the shadows who always seemed to get on someone's nerves rather than help them. I'm the one who preaches that an optimistic life is the best one to live when I can't even follow that philosophy myself 100% of the time. I've been pushed down by every single possible thing a person can be, but I always have to get right back up because I'm the positive person and I'm the one who's going to make everyone happy again. But when you needed me most, I didn't get back up. I act in a way that only a fucking demon from hell would act. I'm the guy who left my dying father alone. I'm not like you. And no matter what I do, I never will be.
I'm glad you're not like me.
Wow, thanks, Dad. Real encouraging.
I'm glad because you're better than me.
What?
Theo, I've watched you help Stan grow into an independent and mostly level-headed young man. And which is something I would have never expected out of him. You taught him how to socialize, you taught him how to express his feelings, and most importantly, you taught him how to be a good man. Except for the whole Amber thing, which you might have taught him, which you might have led him onto a little too hard, but we won't talk about it. But it's okay not to be perfect all the time, because no one else is, and everyone else's lives are just as fucked up as yours. So don't beat yourself up because you don't make every right decision, or because you can't be the optimist in every situation. If you want to be sad sometimes, be sad, but don't let that control where your life goes. Be proud of who you are, Theo, because you've been a better father than I could have ever hoped to be. And I'm proud to call you my son.
So, you taught him our song?
Well, I had to. It was the only way I could cheer him up. Have you been half asleep? And have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name.
Is this the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same.
I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be.
Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La da da dee da da do, da do do dee do. honeydew.
Theo,
Yeah, Dad?
thank you
For what?
for letting me say goodbye.
Scene 12, the end. We return to the blank stage that was started with the beginning of the play.
It's okay, buddy. I've got this one. Well, I guess that's it then. That's the end. All the family drama, the crying, the broken hearts. It's all over. Amber and Danny did end up getting married. And it was a beautiful wedding, too. At least, it looked like it from the pictures I saw. As far as Amber's acting career was concerned, it was a different story. She had managed to book a total of 9 more acting gigs by the time she was retired from the stage at the age of 65. But she got as many Tony Awards as I do to show for it. Now, don't get me wrong, awards are not what define an actor, but it seemed like that's how people started to define Amber. The narrative of her career quickly turned from being the leading lady to being the runner-up. Mom and Dad, predictably, split a few months after their big fight. Dad moved a few towns over and Mom stayed at the house with a new man. Mom seemed to bounce right back after and got married a few years again. But Dad was very hesitant to start dating. He always said he didn't want to put another woman through the same amount of stress that he put Mom through. He kept that mentality until the day he died. When he passed a few years back, one of the things he last said to me was, "I'll say hi to Theo for you." I never did see Theo again. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I've missed having him around. He may have been a massive pain in the ass at times, but he still was the only person I can count on to be there for me. He was a special kind of guy. Wish I told him that more often. As for me, I kind of lived a somewhat normal life after all this went down. I continued to work at the banking company, I bought my own apartment, and I finally moved out of the house. Dad actually moved a few blocks down from where my place was, so I got to see him a lot, which was nice. You know, there was always one thing that he told me he wanted more than anything before he passed. He wanted to be a grandfather. That was the one promise I couldn't keep. It's not that I didn't want to, I didn't want to screw up like I did before. My life was never perfect, but no one's ever will be. You're never going to go down the exact path you want to in life, and you have to be okay with that. I know that may be hard for some people to hear, but it's a message that we all need to hear. So many people go through life expecting all the chips to fall in their favor, and it's just not fair for us to tell them that that's going to be the case. Nothing in life is guaranteed. And I know that saying sounds cliche, but it's cliche for a reason. It's because it's true. We can't control everything that happens to us and how it affects us. The only thing we can do is look at how we can make it better. You may hit some rough waves in life that make you feel like you just want to give up and sink to the bottom. Other people may be able to help you out of the water, but it ultimately falls on your shoulders, whether you want to make the effort to get out. Now, I'm not saying you have to be happy and perky every day of your life, but you can't wallow in your sorrows forever because you'll never accomplish anything. So, if people remember nothing else from my story, I want them to remember this. Stay ambitious, stay optimistic, and appear to the ones who need you the most.